Oh, it's not dry enough. Alright, get this ready, but alright. Gotta get off the road. They'll be coming for me soon. Gotta get off the road. Yeah, I've been riding hard all night. Now I'm out in this little town and checking on something. Yeah, I'm out here where I shot this this beautiful documentary on artistic ambushes for these folks, and that was back in 2008. Yeah, 2008, and it was under the guise of this film project, you know, for a class that I was in, and man, it was beautiful. But after that, I got reformatted and just you know, kind of takes too much out of you, honestly, and you just spend a lot of time rebuilding, you know. But they did let me in on a few little secrets. I mean, I happened to glimpse a few things that kind of troubled me, but you know, it's all a grand revelation. You just gotta remember that. Come on, guys. Don't do this. Any more of this treacherous terrain, and I'm gonna have to carve cleats into my soles. They've been worn down. Do have a cache out here. Yeah, you just scribe in, and it helps a little. You can get some of those traction overlay grippers from 2025. They're responsive and they send out these tendrils even into rock. Well, kind of just plies the surface with innumerable little, you know, finger-like extrusions from this braided coil instrument thing they showed me under magnification. Anyway, we've got a laser gun back there under a rock. You can cut a man in half with that on a full charge at 50 yards. Catches his clothes on fire, he burns down. A whole lot of screaming. But if you can just get the head, you can derange the mind enough to where it just flops around and makes strange utterances. Really strange stuff. And we made a kind of a snuff film, I guess. You know, we could sell that, actually. We could sell it. Now you're talking. I'm not really that deplorable. All this is an illumination of what these horrible 1986 CIA types were involved in. Men who'd been in Vietnam and cut goose throats when they were looking too pitiful to yield any more useful intelligence and that kind of stuff, you know. Of course, I have great respect for many Vietnam veterans, and they, some of them were hell-bent to restore things to the natural order. You know, they had a grand vision, and they said, we'll be peaceable men. We're done killing. Oh, wow. There's a bear. See if we can't zoom in on him. Then we'll insert the charge scene. That's a mix of that footage from April 16th. That's the one. My, this is monstrous. You know, it's so prickly, all these injunctions, they set in against me. Into my consciousness. Into my subconscious. If you were to do a little data mine, you run this data mining program that they have, you would find that it's just all mined with explosive artifacts. So unfortunately, none of this footage will be utilizable in the final cut. Sometimes I just come out here, I make a bunch of magic wands from holly trees. I just use the limbs, and it's kind of a... I use the limbs of a fascist bundle, you know. But this is a special type of magic wand, you see. It's for a frequency weapon. It's for a type of microwave gun that can really torment a person. And those can be yours for the low, low price of just $90. We've really got the process down, guys. It's really streamlined, and we'll just be churning them out for your army. After all, when you know, the zombie apocalypse hits, I mean, you're gonna need some serious firepower, so to speak. I mean, it's as though you actually are on fire. You can feel this type of heat, this type of very prickly heat rising off you in flames. But it's at all these different levels of your tissues. And it's the greatest thing for modern warfare that has ever been produced. I mean, forget these little small arms, guys, little bang, bang, bang small arms. That's nothing compared to this new wander we got. It's a wander weapon. Okay. So I mean, this is just an example of what they do to you. You know, you could be talking about perfectly legitimate things, you know, and they sabotage you this way. Friends, it's just really wears on a guy, and to have his foundation stripped out again and again and again and again and again and again and again. I don't have the energy to dig anything up today. Well, I'm close to somebody's property line again. I guess from here I might look like a part of this rocky outcrop. At least some of the time they may glance this way. Man, I'm tired. Been pedaling all night. Oh my gosh. Well, later, I mean, on in the evening, there'll be an opportunity to do some training. You know, we got a great facility out in Tennessee, you know. It's got all these simulated built-up areas back in the holler. It's back in this holler. Well, a couple of them. There's a couple of draws. There's a couple of ridges. But we do have this kind of high-rise structure, you know, that we've been doing some training in, and whew. I'll show you that footage in just a second, actually. Okay, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Sorry, sir. I'm sorry. By your leave, sir. God. Oh, God. So, guys, I'm out so remote out here that, you know, I'm nowhere near anybody's property line. And those engineer stakes, I drove those in myself. Transferred them, you know, on my bike and so on. But anyway, I'm not wanting to disclose all these secrets, you know, not to the general public anyway. That's why, you know, my books, my book, Eugenic Sports and in Fire Years, a manifesto, or or an intelligence report, or the coming apocalypse. Well, at least for some people. Well, you know, it's $900. I really suffered to, you know, bring you this information. And that's why the price is commensurate. And we'll let you in on all these. You can sort of join the club, so to speak. All right. Yeah, that's the one. All right. There it is. So all those secrets, these grand revelations, can be yours for the low, low price of just $900. They're not robbing my footage anymore. They don't have that Wi-Fi connection with this cheap little thing. So that's good. Sometimes you feel there's surveillance instruments from a spy plane. But that isn't happening today as far as I know. Oh shit. Shit. Oh, damn it. God damn it. Just gonna have to say real hush hush right now. The sniper up there. These eyes. This one anyway is an implant. Oh God. Gotta stay stark still. This one anyway is an implant. But it's got no Wi-Fi capability, so I can't show you. I can't show you what I saw. Yeah, my good left eye, I say, is the one that likes to look at things, see their shape. It's the right eye that fills in all the colors and so on. Did you know that each person sees in their own particular scheme of color? It's imparted to them by their mother. Their mother's impressions about the world. And each family lines is distinct. It's really remarkable. Oh, he's moving on. He's moving on. He may have only been training, actually. I did not want to get into another one of these incidents. Fuck. God, I'm sorry. So we can splice in all this footage. Oh, here we have Oregon grape, and that was this jarring movement was a fatal movement. Just an indicator, you know. In the inner bark, there's this resin full of antibiotics. And it's proof against Ebola and other flesh-eating viruses, bacteria, I mean. That and colloidal silver. It's treated with this nanotech process. That information can be yours for the low, low price of just $900. Yeah, it's just a PTSD suffering veteran up to old tricks, you know. I've just read too many science fiction novels. That's the problem. But little do some people know that it contains all this deep intel. You know, William Gibson, the author of Neuromancer, which came out in 1984. The CIA paid him several visits. I know that. But in his book, The Peripheral, he reveals a strategy for the targeted individual. You can join with me and we can make it. I'm confident. I know it. I know we can. I know we can. We're gonna be okay. Well, this could spell trouble. I've got to go. Good night, and good luck. I don't think I took off the... No, that's settings remote.